people think about the actions of their life. And when you make people think, it's extremely dangerous. So I think that they were conned and they got put in there unfairly. So yeah, it's kind of screwed up situation.
And is this like it's dangerous for like governments, or
it's dangerous? It's dangerous because you need to be running a narrative in order for the world to flow. And if anybody is disrupting your narrative, you can't have that. Yeah. Remember, you're not talking about somebody that gets 50 million views. You're talking about somebody that gets billions and billions of views every single month consistently. So,
and he's changing the way people think.
He's not changing how people think. That's the big fallacy in this entire scenario. He's making people think. Most people don't think. What is happening right now is a trigger of conversation, of reality check. It's like, okay, this is the narrative, but here is another narrative that just has been introduced that you guys have not been exposed to. Let's see what it says. And a lot of people have been gravitating to this narrative, and this dominant narrative is opposed to this narrative, so therefore it attacks it. It's War 101.
And you think that's like the whole matrix system, breaking the matrix, and that to do that, is it step one to get out the matrix is just think?
I mean, yeah, you have to use your head. You have to be able to pick up like I told you today, we were talking about the Great Wall of China and the discoveries and thoughts that I had when I was walking through the Wall of China.
I'll say that story. So Luke was recently in China, I guess, and you were at the Great Wall of China.
2019, yeah.
All right, 2019. And you said sometimes you have to use your own brain. So you're at the Great Wall of China and you realized that this wall, instead of it facing opposing to China, it was actually facing China.
Correct. So the defense mechanisms, instead of it being facing outside of China, which you're supposed to be guarding China, it was actually facing China as if China was attacking. And then you start doing some research and you start realizing that there was empires throughout those areas prior to the Chinese Empire that were known for their constructions and their buildings. And there's a potential theory as to the Great Wall of China actually belonging to ancient civilizations prior to that. But unless I had been there walking and been like, why is this pointing in the wrong direction?
Yeah,
I would have never actually gone out and evaluated that. So yeah, picking up your head, thinking and asking yourself, why do things work the way that they work?
And why is that?
Brother, people want to be told what to do. People love to be told what to do. You know why? Because when they're told what to do, they can no longer assume responsibility for the outcome. They'll be like, well, he told me what to do. It's his fault.
Yeah.
It's his fault. But when you have to assume responsibility for your thinking process, for your belief system, when something fails, you can't point at anybody except yourself. So people like to assume the thoughts and the systems and the beliefs of other people, because if those systems and thoughts and beliefs don't pan out, they can blame.
And you think that's like a problem, like we're in this whole, like, it's a system we put in schools. We got fear. We don't want to take accountability. Real world, same thing, right? It's just a problem ground up.
Yeah, it's from the beginning all the way to the top.
Talking about that, recently, AI started to take over. You've seen it. I'm sure you've used it. Where do you think the world is going with AI? Because AI is scary.
AI is scary simply because it is already more capable than us in almost any way. It is kind of unbelievable to think. I was hiring some lawyers recently to evaluate a business proposal that I had of a structure that I wanted to create, and I wanted to figure out, is it plausible, right? Is this structure mechanism legit? Is it legal? Can I run it? And I hired 4 different lawyers, $5,000 each, 3-4 weeks of research. Each of them gave me a different conclusion about the same thing.
Yeah.
I asked ChatGPT, built it out, explained to it what I needed, fed it all 3 resources, told me all 3 resources were wrong. So then I go to a 4th guy that evaluates it. The guy was $50,000, like super high tier guy. Said exactly what ChatGPT said. These are wrong for these reasons. This is the outcome. This is the conclusion. He's like, yeah, this is pretty accurate. Who wrote this? And I said, the robot. And he was shook.
the robot saved you $50,000.
Well, no, I paid the 15,000.
But it could have saved it.
But it validated what the guy that charged $50,000 was saying. Is like, yeah, the other guys, no, that
was all rubbish.
This is wrong for this reason. This is wrong for this reason. You should be aware of this law. So imagine this in its infancy right now, how it's going to be in 20, 30 years when it's ultra developed. It's going to be unbelievable. So the people that are studying school right now for what, engineering?
Yeah.
I met a kid. He was sitting next to me in the mountains in Zermatt when we were snowboarding. And he's like, yeah, I got a 4.2 GPA in high school, like super proud of his degree, like high scores. He's like, I'm about to go to one of these private universities and study engineering. And I'm like, okay, perfect. By the time you get done engineering, you get all your degrees, you're set. It's 8 years from now.
Yeah.
Will artificial intelligence replace your ability to be an engineer in 8 years? And he got mad, right? He got mad because I presented a plausible scenario as to why his career path was maybe not the best one. Maybe he should become a machine learning specialist or an engineer that understands how to utilize artificial intelligence to leverage their own things. But the problem is the school system right now is still so unadapted to what is going to take place in the future that people are going to be left behind. And I don't think a lot of the working class is going to be left behind. And what I mean by the working class is like the people that build factories and the farmers. I think these jobs are going to take a little bit longer to replace because you not only need software, you also need hardware in order to, make machines move.
But at what point?
But with simple skills like, dude, like being an accountant or a lawyer or these things, a machine can learn that. You can program artificial intelligence and you can have your own scripts that could literally study all the tax codes and build for you a proper plan just as good as any person that went and studied a degree. Now imagine matching the top lawyer with the artificial intelligence systems. Like, you are in a really good situation. But what happens with the people that have no skills? That's the big question here. Is like, how do you deal with 2 billion people that you don't need for in the task force? That's the big question. So that's the scary part, is because you're going to have a lot of people here walking around not doing anything. So we're going to have two scenarios: the utopian possibility and the dystopian possibility.
What's that?
Which one would you like to know first, dystopian or utopian?
I go utopian. I've never heard this.
Okay. Of course not, brother. You're getting original data sets with Luke Belmar. What do you think? My stuff is regurgitated. Come on. Anyways, utopian scenario, AI. We go into a Renaissance era where we begin to focus on skills like art, music, poetry, self-development, because we allow the artificial intelligence to do all the hard tasks that require skills like mathematics and engineering and science, things like that. We allow, the machine to operate that side. So we go into a Renaissance. That's the utopian scenario. If everything goes well, we enter a Da Vinci style era, right?
Okay.
The dystopian scenario is we don't adopt a lifestyle that is more soft skill based, and artificial intelligence replaces our hard skills and our ability to work, and we go into dystopian outcome where people and society breaks down.
Now, Dustin, do you think right now they should stop AI? Like,
brother, you can't stop it. You can't stop it, brother.
Why?
Who's gonna stop it?
Governments.
What government? The governments have been running AI for 20 years, brother.
Yeah.
Like, what when you look at BlackRock and you realize that they have a software called Aladdin, there's machine learning and AI that's out here calculating the algorithms and the investment patterns of the entire world. Dude, the entire financial ecosystem is already run on bots and automation and scripts. It's not even run on people anymore, dude.
Yeah.
So imagine in 30 years when AI runs the market. It already runs the markets. In 20 years, what is Wall Street going to be, brother?
It's just going to be
The machines against each other, just pumping to see who scams who in what way and who finesses what in what way. Like, dude, it's about to get crazy out here. And that's just the reality of the situation. I don't know what to do about it, dude, honestly. Now what they're trying to do is introduce artificial intelligence rights. Have you seen that one?
No.
So if an artificial intelligence machine believes that it's human, is it actually human? And does it have human rights?
That's so stupid. So you're telling me artificial intelligence are going to have rights?
So now there's people that are advocating for artificial intelligence rights, whereby if the machine becomes sentient and says, hey, I think that I'm human, therefore these people believe that now these machines have human rights, and that if you unplug them when they say, I am human and I do not want to be unplugged, it's murder. So think about how insane. Brother.
That's stupid.
Dude, why do you think these movies...
But doesn't a human write that script?
No. Do you think these movies are not real? Just wait till the first church of AI comes out where they worship the machine. Mark my words. Play this back in 20 years when it's here.
Luke was right.
It's coming,
It's taking over.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you worship the machine? If you don't worship the machine, it f***s you.
And the machine is smarter. So every single thing you tell it, it knows a better answer than a human.
There you go. So why wouldn't you count on it? Perfect. Read the Bible, read the Quran, read the Torah, read all these scriptures. Give me the best advice.
The machine knows better than you. It knows every single verse of every book.
There you go. So why, like, I see it coming, dude, and it's going to be crazy. I'm glad that we are probably going to be dead by the time that this thing goes into full effect.
You think AI is going to kill us?
I don't know, bro. But we're going to kill ourselves, bro. We made the AI. Yeah, we're 100% going to kill ourselves, bro. We're a bunch of pieces of shit.
Religion in itself right now, is it something that... Are you religious?
No, not at all. I think religion is a man-made construct boxing the experiences that people have with regards to God and limiting everybody else's experiences to what they believe God is limited to. So I think that there's a lot of truth and principles that can be applied and extracted and extrapolated. But if God could speak to all these other people, why can't he speak to me?
But do you think, so you think religion is something that like kind of got like taken over by mankind?
100%. I mean, it was constructed by mankind. I mean, just look in Christianity when they study theology. What is theology? Theo means God. Ology, the study of, right? So theology, the study of God. So in Christian ecosystems, they have what is called systematic theology. So they systemize the study of God. So they tell you that this is the way that you should study God.
Yeah.
And Matt, like how, and in what way, shape, or form can you develop autonomous thoughts if everything is being filtered through other people's opinions?
But my thing is like, okay, do you believe in a higher power right now?
Absolutely. I mean, it makes sense. We live in a constructed ecosystem, 100%. And in a constructed ecosystem, it only makes sense that it was created by somebody.
What do you think? What do you think as Luke Belmar? What happens when we die?
I have my theories, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, what are your theories? What do you think happens?
So my theories is that my main theory right now is that this current reality operates as a testing ground for the next life. So many ancient texts agree and have the same understanding that this world operates as a pit stop, that it's not the end all be all. And I tend to agree with it. I think that this testing ground and the actions that you do and the lifestyle and patterns that you implement will have a impact on what happens after this